Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and this is part 2, stage 2 of our Spider-Man custom. This is a Titan Hero Series action figure, so it's 12 inches tall. You'll see it is large, and I drew some inspiration as far as the red and black suit from this Toy Biz Marvel Legends that is actually unfortunately like really fragile now because it's falling apart. So I was trying to move the hand and it did come off, and then the hips are starting to break, but so I'm definitely gonna see if I can touch that up, but that's not what this video is about. That was just the inspiration for this Titan Hero Series action figure for Spider-Man, and I really wanted to see what this would look like if we gave it like this little bit of wash look and kind of like a worn red going, and I'm really excited how it's coming out. And so you're not going to want to miss this. We're going to go ahead and show you step by step, uncut, how we got here, and from, of course, from this being an all black Spider-Man suit, which we did on the previous video, you'll see on our YouTube channel if you want to see that. This was red and blue and didn't really have the webbing so you could see it in black, so we added the black as a base coat so that we could have it for the legs and right here, and it actually is coming out really great. So before we get started, guys, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Give us a big thumbs up if you like Spider-Man, and what do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV on Super Channel G.
God, is this great!
Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and this is where we are so far with our Spider-Man custom. And as I mentioned, we drew inspiration from this Toy Biz Spider-Man action figure, and I'm so excited at how it's coming out. It's not perfect yet, but we definitely are making some amazing progress. I'm loving how it looks, and it just looks so hand-painted detailed compared to how it looked before. There are some blemishes. There's still some parts I need to touch up, but I want to show you how I've gotten this far so far. And check it out. It just looks so awesome to pose because it's got what appears to be washed texture, and this is exactly how I was wanting it to be. So it gives it a lot more character and depth, and of course we can see the webbing so much better now, and that looks great. And if I can perhaps even show right here, let me get it back, and there we go. It was this Spider-Man action figure, and you know what? If I can come back and remember to edit right here, I want to show you what the original looked like. So that way we take a moment to see, and yeah, even left black for the bottom of his feet so that would look even more cool. But this black and red Spider-Man looks so awesome, and just wondering, should we go ahead and completely take the washing part off so that it looks completely solid now that we've got several coats, or do we want to go ahead and leave them like this, or do we want to try seeing what blue can look like? We still have a little bit of blue still showing from where we applied the black, but man, can you tell it looks awesome. So you let me know in the comments. Do you want us to leave this one like this, see what it looks like with blue, make the red not washed anymore and make it solid? You let me know. But I'm so shocked that this is a Marvel, a Titan Hero Series Marvel action figure, because it just looks so cool. Now obviously it does not have that incredible articulation that, for example, Marvel Legend would have, but look at what appears to be the strong detail, and in big part because of the mold. This is a great mold on this action figure. So I'm gonna jump on in and show you what exactly went into creating this custom right now. and we'll jump actually back in time because I'm recording this after we got started. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and jump into that. I'll go ahead and edit us in right here. Alright friends, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with part 2 of customizing our Spider-Man, this Titan Hero Series 1. And now that he's all colored black, and we've got black and just about all the webbing. Oops, starting to get some paper towel on there. We're gonna apply red and blue over the rest of it. And ooh, I was like hoping that wasn't getting in there, but that's alright. I'm not gonna be too worried about that. We're gonna start painting these boots red to see how this is gonna start coming out. So let's get our palette over here. Again, we're gonna be using our, ½ inch might be too big. Where's my 1/4 inch? Well, either way, we'll use this 3/8 right here for now. I misplaced my 1/4 inch, but that's alright for now. As long as we can get this going. So I'm gonna bring this lipstick red enamel from Full Cart. I'm gonna get it right on in here again. Put a little bit. And see what the first coat will do by gently painting over the boot. And the whole point was, since there is some level of embossing, hopefully I can just paint over it and it won't go in between, and more or less some of the webbing will remain. Doesn't seem to be working already, because look at that. It's already going deeper inside. So I'm gonna wipe this off and see. Maybe that isn't as deep as I thought it was gonna be, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's try a lot less paint. And see what can happen with that. Okay. Let's just see how it goes. Put a little more paint on actually. And see what we can do here. See how much actually goes in between. Well, that's way too much. Alright, it's actually looking like something. You know what? I got a great idea now that I'm saying that. If it doesn't come out the way we were expecting, what we can do is we can probably take an item and scratch it out, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. So, guess what? We're probably going to end up doing that. Let's bring this way. See exactly how this goes. So we'll just kind of paint a top coat and see where we end up, since this is going to be a little more experimental than I actually thought. We'll have to wait till this red dries before we can continue on into any of the rest of our figure, especially before we carry on to a blue. And I'm getting a lot of red getting stuck in that part of the webbing. Make sure you don't go all the way beyond this hard line right here for the top of the boot. That's why I like the angled brush. Okay, cool. It's already looking way more awesome. Let's see how this goes. I do like that washed effect right now, even though that's not what we're going for. That's just a little bit of technique we're using. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we definitely will let this top coat dry. And you know what? Man, even if it isn't bright red, I am kind of digging the way this looks. Cool, and I'm just using the dryer type brush to pull some of that red out of in there. I actually think that looks pretty cool. Alright, what do you say we do the other leg? I'm gonna lift this one up here and start doing the other leg. And this time I'm gonna start up here. And I guess I'm learning as I'm going. I have a lot of paint. Don't rake that part down. Do the big sweeping movements when I have less paint. And there we go. Cool. I actually think this looks pretty neat right now. I'm definitely digging the hand-painted look. And who knows, as I'm looking at it, what if black and red looks better than blue and red? I guess we'll find out. We're still gonna try the blue, but I think I'm gonna start to fall in love with the black after all, just because that looks so cool. Very nice. Okay, great. I'm very pleased how this is coming out. Let that dry a little bit. And you know what? I'm gonna see what I can do as far as the head's concerned. I don't know if this paintbrush will be too big, but let's find out. I'm gonna go to where the R's are and pull from there, not push away. Let's see. Very nice. Okay, cool. There we are. Sorry, I'm just really having to concentrate so I don't mess up like crazy. Push the head. There we go. Lightly trace the outline of the eyes, like this. There we are. There we are. And you know what? Might be cool to leave it darker as far as like shading toward the middle of the mask. Let's see. Let's put a little bit here. Let's put a little bit here in the middle of the mask. Let's see how that looks. Bring some of this painting up here on the top of the head. I'm actually really liking the way that looks, even without getting it full-blown red and without having it full-blown consistent yet either. I'm like, maybe we leave it black. How cool that looks. Look how dry the boots. Not completely yet. Okay. So maybe we can bring red to a couple of other places. Like maybe even start with the arms. I don't know. What do you think? Ooh. I was like, did I get red here? But I think I just accidentally pushed some of the black off. Alright, interesting. But I'm really digging how that looks. Maybe we do keep it like that. Like more artistic than solid. Okay, so we can start doing this leg. Let's give it another coat, see what happens if we get it brighter. Okay, cool. This may take several coats. We'll find out exactly how many it needs. And we'll continue with our little brushstroke effect here. Take the excess red out of where there's black. And just keep getting. And then, you know what? I am liking this darker red, so let's see what ends up happening as I get further into it, because there's a chance I might have liked it darker red. Okay, great. I just need to make sure I don't have too much paint pooling in between where we want the webbing to really stay black. Very cool. And that'll be the difference in color between these two. Okay. Very nice. I'm gonna let that dry also. However, I do need something that's going to pull out the little parts that are embossed. Let's see. Let's see what I got. Outside I was like, man, even something as simple as a toothpick. Let's dry up this brush, and then we can have start to pull that out of the black. Cool. Put this right over here. You can already see this left one coming to, well, right foot on my left, coming to life a whole lot more than the other foot already. Like maybe this darker one would have been cool. So let me get something. Give me a second. I was sort of wondering what would happen if I ran this ballpoint pen down to take some of this paint out. The only problem is this ballpoint pen, the ink would be a little shiny, and that's not what I want. So it seems to be dried up anyway. So let's try this. Let's see what happens if I... Oop. I follow along. Seems to be kind of working, but not quite how I had hoped. Guess we'll just have to see. And maybe while it's wet would be the time to do this. Not while it's dry. Still, maybe it is looking kind of good. Well, it's not terrible. Look how this looks, and let me see. Because obviously there may be another coat that I put. And if there is, maybe we could just do this again. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes. Well, again, doesn't seem to be terrible. Just curious as the paint's drying. Maybe we do. Anyway, I think this is pen ink, and I'm not happy about that. Again, the pen ink is like shiny. We'll see. Okay, so we'll keep it going anyway. We'll keep it going anyway. Ooh, here's my 1/4 inch. Let's try this bad boy. There we are. You know, I'm thinking maybe I'm also pressing down too hard with my brush. Maybe keeping it further at an angle will help. So, we'll see. We'll try a bunch of different ways. Okay, cool. Okay. Here we are. Let's come on this side. Okay. Well, I'm really only messing up when I put too much paint on. I end up getting it where I want the webbing. Again, defeats the whole purpose. Some of this paint right here. And see what we got right here. Cool. Oh. See how that goes. And let's paint the head a little bit more. See how we like these red boots. Again, I am liking them like that already. And let's put some more paint on the head. Go to the eyes and pull. Again, if there's any lesson to be learned here, it's that I put too much paint on our brush again. I'm getting excited and overzealous, and then I end up putting too much paint on the brush. I need to paint. Take the brush and take all that extra paint and spread it out. It's okay if I get some on the neck, because the neck's going to be red also. Just paint out in here. Guess I can do this. Take as much paint off as possible. And then bring it over. And this paint will accumulate. So I think that's all I got to do is be more patient and put on thinner coats. That's exactly what I'm going to do then. Oh, didn't fully work. Still got a little too excited there. Here we are. And I notice the more I try to focus, the more quiet I become. I'm like trying not to mess up, but it's inevitable. Put a little bit of paint right here in the middle. There we go. Sweet. I'm clearly gonna have to clean that up, but still looks cool. Look at that. All right, let's get some paint going back here. Very nice. All right, there we go. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see what we can do about this arm over here. Or I guess we can start with the body and see what happens. Push from the outside in, kind of form a perimeter. There we go. And the paint's starting to dry slightly as I rake it across this way. That's coming out really nicely, actually. Again, bring it from the oof. Watch what I'm doing. Bring a little more paint. And form our little perimeter here. I'm actually really liking the way this is coming out. Look at that. Okay. Let me know what you think of this in the comments as our little project continues to unfold. It's going to be hard to paint that spider without, or around that spider without painting it, but we'll give it a shot. And otherwise, either way, we could always paint it black at the end. There we go. Very cool. There we are. I'm liking the way it's looking, and I think another coat that would look like that would actually be awesome. Give me a second. Alright. We'll go in and do the spider emblem last. Do about bringing this red paint in. There we go. Okay, very cool. It's already looking awesome. And I guess we need to see, do we want to go one shade lighter, technically, brighter I should say, or do we want to leave it just like that? Let's take a look. Let's see. Okay. See what we can do to get a little bit of red here on the neck and the upper part of the chest. Very cool. I do like the way that looks. Okay. There we go. Let's get this right in here. Not trying to go too fast, but it sure looks like I was. Very nice. Okay, let's turn this right here. Let's see what I can do for this neck. Uh-oh. I got a little careless when I was moving the action figure. There we are. Very cool. Look at that. Alright. Now I just need to turn this so I can get in this part of the neck. And neck area. That actually looks pretty sick. Pretty dope. Alright. Like, what would happen if we painted this little guy right here? Put in our brush, a lot of paint in the middle, and then kind of bring it in from the outside parts in. And do the oval of the body, the spider first. It's okay if the strokes aren't perfect or amazing. So right now we're just trying to put a coat of red down. coat of red. I'm having a little bit of problems painting this part where the black, I'm sorry, where it's back. This guy is the groove in the middle. So the paint keeps coming off right here. Got a lot accumulating right here, and I have not a whole lot that wants to be right in the middle. So I'm gonna leave that alone for a little bit, let that dry. Let's see what I can do here without using a detail brush, just trying to brush over the top of where it's raised. Just seeing how that works out for me. Without going too crazy. Just using the raised parts as a guide. Little spider legs. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're getting that to come out. See how it goes. We have 2 coats on the head and on the boots, no coats on the arms, and 1 coat on the chest and on the upper part of the back, and of course on the spider symbol. So give that a few moments to dry, and I'm gonna start doing the boots again. Don't know if I should do 2 coats there. I'm sorry, additional coat to make it a 3rd. I'll already start on another coat for the arms. So debating. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, accidentally paused the camera when I wasn't intending to. Right, here we go. And let's not have too much paint when we do around the borders to where there would be black or there would be blue. There we go. Too much paint probably. And again, let's really establish this edge right here. Cool. Let's see if I can do this again. Without bleeding through the edges. Very nice. Okay. I'm happy with how this is coming along. Again, I guess we'll find a stopping point to where we can see what it looks like with the black and the red, and then we'll find that stopping point, and then we'll move over to blue and red. Okay, great. Alright, it's going to be a little tricky to get 2 to 3 coats without getting it in on the webbing sides. But that's exactly what we're going to try and do. Seems to be going okay for now. But our paint seems to be drying a little bit while it's there in the palette. Oof, I have to be careful where I'm going with this, because this would be blue or black right here. So it can be a little more careless up here where there's red, but not here where it's gonna meet this other part. Definitely don't want to be careless around here. Let's get some of this excess red out of the grooves. There we go. Let's straighten this out. Let's get this going over here. Okay, awesome. What do you think about that? Let's bring the arm down and the hand out. Let's see what we can do about brushing some paint onto this hand. It's gonna be tricky, but we'll just go from the inside out and try to follow like this. From the bottom up is what our strategy is going to be. From the bottom up. Take off any excess paint. Sorry, I think I got in your way. Take off any excess paint with the brush as it dries. And I think that looks pretty awesome actually. Spread around excess paint. And that don't look too bad. I'm disappointed that we're already having the black go away here. So while that's drying, we'll take a look at this. Nope, not working. Too deep. What happens when I get scissor? Need to be careful here. I definitely don't want to accidentally scratch myself. It's not exactly coming out how I want it either. because it's putting red on both sides and leaving the, I'm sorry, black on both sides and the red in the middle. So this is how I want it to stay, more or less. This is how I don't want it. So I might have to detail that with a thin brush like this in the end, by getting in here, which I was hoping not to do. That was the whole point of doing the black, but it was an experiment. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to try doing this. Not sure if it's going to work, and I want to caution you because it could definitely scratch you. But I'm using a pin. Let's see if I can get our red out from in the middle, if it's just going to mess things up worse. Guess we'll find out. It looks slightly better, but not 1,000 times better. So maybe not. Plus I gotta remember that if I scratch the black off too, it's red underneath the black. So, what's the verdict? Verdict is maybe. The verdict is maybe, which means we'll probably still have to paint it anyway. Not what I was hoping for, but let's come back here. I think this is going to be maybe this will help. Let's continue to try this. And it's really dark now. So again, this looks like it's a maybe. Maybe we're gonna do more paint over it again anyway, so I'm just testing it out so that I can still paint over it if I don't like it. Just follow the grooves. Again, this is not a permanent marker, so I mean, I guess that wasn't terrible. Not the best compliment either. Let's put this down and see what happens if I follow the grooves, but I need to keep the pen as much straight up and down as possible. So maybe this is actually coming along with the pen slightly better than I'd imagined. Slightly. Let's see on the top. Let's see right here. Fascinating. And then what about this one right here? It's not perfect, but it did redeem a little bit of the blemishes that I created. I guess that's not terrible. Wild. So I guess let's do the other arm, and I guess we do the boots one more time. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's come back to our let me rinse my brushes. They're starting to get hard. The acrylic paint is starting to get hard, so give me a second. Okay, and I actually brought our Toy Biz Marvel Legends Spider-Man. And I'm kind of liking the way this is similar, not the same, similar. And I'm like, well, this head is getting really close to being that kind of way. His leg's kind of messed up. Need to glue this back because we notice that's opening up. That has his leg is loose, but we'll fix that. Not in this video. I'm like, this is not the same suit, but kind of modeling this after the suit is what I'm looking to do. So I get that this is not the same Spider-Man, but this is kind of what inspired this, and I was like, to see it black and then to see what it looked like blue, it's definitely something I'm excited about. So let's keep going. Alright, so let's get a little bit of fresh red, because this red's already starting to, well, let's see. Let me see how good it still is or isn't at this point. Looks like it might be alright. So let's do this arm. Let's start right in here. Let's be careful how far we go with that. Again, I'm going to start just bringing less and less paint, which is clearly the lesson learned here, so that we don't go in between as much. Just less and less paint. I'll get some of that paint off elsewhere. There we go. Very cool. It's gonna take longer, but I guess we're not really looking to rush when it's taking this long already, right? So let's continue. A little bit of paint, some of the excess, let's put it over here. That's gonna be our new approach. Put the excess elsewhere. Oh, and this paint does look like it's drying right away. So maybe we do need some fresh paint. And I'll put it over here. Oops, put it over here this time. Oops. Came out a little unexpectedly. Put the excess over here. There we go. And again, let's come from the outside in. Okay. Very little paint on our brush this time. Around this way. Less paint on the brush. Excess, put that somewhere else. And just bring it from the outside in. from the edges in. Okay. Ooh. Accidentally still got some in between. Let's see if we can paint this right here. This little angle. They're much better. Okay. I'm really starting to dig how this looks. Let me continue to bring a soft amount of paint over to this side. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to turn this, and this one's going to be equally as tricky, if not a little bit more, because of the way the thumb comes down. So let's see what I can do. Try to bring a little bit of paint in here. There we are. Okay. That should be pretty good. Oof, and I forgot about the belt here. This is going to be a little bit trickier. And I'll show you why. I made it as little paint as possible. Because it's so small and thin. Let me get some of our excess paint here already. Since we're coming from the edge in, we'll keep doing that. Of course, making sure not to go beyond it. And then we're going to come this side and do the same thing, and we don't have a lot of wiggle room. I'm sure you can see that. So, I accidentally raked my finger across it. And that's it. for this one since it's a single coat anyway. Continue to bring this forward. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. There we go. Not bad for a first coat of red. Oof, got a little chunky here. Too much. Absolutely got in where we didn't want it. Okay, so now moment of truth. Do we make the boots darker than this? Yeah, I guess. They're not too far off from the same color. One on the right obviously is brighter and smoother, so let's see how this looks. Maybe we'll get a clearer indicator once you have a slightly smoother red. Okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and do it. Let's bring this boot. Red. We'll concentrate on getting smoother lines. Smoother coat. Okay. There we go. Just smoothing out a lot of areas. Nice. So it's not really like a thick next coat, it's like a thin, even out the coats. Cool. That's definitely working. And so to see exactly what I'm talking about, we'll look right here where there's kind of a splotchy red Get a little bit from here. Just a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. To get this excess off. Bring some of this excess away. And we'll smooth this out over it. There we go. Not perfect, but definitely more consistent than it was a moment ago. Same thing here. Look at this. Draw slightly more consistency here. Okay. All right, nice. Definitely drove a lot more consistency. Let's get a little bit down here. Okay. Now, if you notice, it's more red here, and this one's more black. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. The excess I want to now paint along the middles. I'm gonna pull some of that excess elsewhere. And then smooth that out. Very nice. Okay. Smooth this out. Bring this over here. Missing a little bit of red right here on this part of the calf. So again, the job here is to bring some consistency to the red. Since we're not going to just put coat after coat after coat, we want to allow some of that black to kind of come through. That's the point of what we're doing here. But we don't want it so streaky or so crazy. This is finally starting to come out nicely. There we go. So the difference between that and this is a huge difference. So let's get over here. Let's put a thin coat of paint on the brush. Let's start getting smooth here on this part of the head. Thin coat of paint. Okay. Okay, that's definitely smoothing that out. Let's get this over here. Okay. That's definitely working. Less paint on the brush. There we are. There we go. Okay. I just got to get down here. And bring some more red to where there's too much black seeping through still. Okay. Do some final touches here. Where it really needs a little bit of red love. It's not too shabby. Look at that. Okay. Let's start applying it elsewhere. We got here, we got there, now on the body and the arms. Okay. So I am liking the way this is coming out. It's not as consistent as I would like it on the legs and the boots yet. So I might still just put a little more. But I don't necessarily think I need to focus that much on the boots. What I want to do is make sure I move on plenty so that I can come to a good stopping point. Okay. Awesome. So this time let's go ahead and paint around the spider emblem. Uh-oh, looks like my brush is starting to not be happy. It's starting to dry out. That's I might have to wash it again. That's quite all right. But let's see if we can get some paint right around the spider symbol, so I don't necessarily have to paint it too much or over again. So I'm going to do like this, kind of dab around it and then pull. See what I'm doing here? Dab around it and pull. Dab around it and pull. You notice we're getting some pretty good quality here as far as the red and the strokes. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna flip it over. Do the same thing on this side. Kind of dab along here. Dab along here. Get some of this here. And dab and pull. Dab and pull. Dab and pull. Uh-oh, look, it's already starting to dry. That's how quickly this paint dries. I'm gonna dab and pull. Dab and pull. Dab and pull. Okay. Look how cool that looks. So we can do the same in the middle. It's kind of dab right here. Okay, a little bit. Same here, and this is where the angled brush really comes in handy. Uh-oh, look at that. And there you go. If I get a little bit on the spider while it's still wet, and actually since it's raised, just bring it down. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can do the same again, right here in the middle. Ugh, there we go. No, too crazy there. Turn my brush upside down. Very cool. Okay, so now I just need this part right here to kind of dab some right in here. Ooh, man, there's a whole lot more paint than I thought it was going to be. So I might have to pull that off with a paper towel. Man, how did I end up with so much paint? I really misjudged that one. Unfortunately. Let me pull this paint out. Brush it elsewhere. Pull this paint out. Brush it elsewhere. And then kind of take off the top layer. Okay. Oh, well, that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. And we've really made the chest start to come out. Look at that. Awesome. So I am happy about that. I am. And let's go ahead and start doing the rest. Now, this time we're going to try to aim for one of these sections at a time, or one at a time, and then move on to blend two of them. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Very, 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 very nice. This one came out kind of chunky. It still worked, and I'm thinking maybe our paints and our brush is probably drying up and our paint is slightly getting more dry. Those are my thoughts as it comes out like this. Okay. Wow. I like that. Look at that. Cool. All right. I'm getting happy. All right. Let's get this right here. You'd be surprised what this thin little coat will do. Oh, it's a little messy on this part. Okay. Oh, we're gonna need more black there. Look how the black already came off. Oh no, got a bunch of red in there. Pull that out. There we go. That's exactly where I was saying it was messy and sloppy. Get back over here. Okay, very cool. All right. So we're probably going to need a stronger black that will stay on, since this one looks like it's coming off fairly simply. Try and put another coat, but it's going to come off that simply. We probably need one that's like an enamels one like this. Okay. Let's see what I can do for right here. Okay, very cool. Okay. Okay, that's coming along. Leave that to dry. Ooh, and I just noticed some definite inconsistencies from here to here, but we'll come back to that. And here's where more red's been applied. Here's where less has been applied. So let's get on that. Oh, that's coming out sweet. Look at that. I'm actually very pleased with how that is coming out. Look at that. I have too much here. Okay. There we go. Just need to even it out so it's not so chunky. And there we go. And that definitely does not look too bad at all. Again, now we're taking the strategy of doing one little section at a time. Less paint. And that strategy looks to be going pretty well. At least much better. Cool. Okay. Get some more paint here on the hand. We have definitely darker on this side. We'll come to a stopping point a little bit. Assess how we've done, learn from our mistakes, and then find out if we really want to go to adding a blue. Which would then be the next step after this. Or do we want to keep it as black because it looks pretty or outstanding already? Okay, not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get this right here. Okay. And I think I'm actually liking having the neck a little bit darker, but let's get some color in here, even though the shading is pretty cool. The indirect shading. That was more of a byproduct of how we were painting it, and not as intentional as I'd like to claim. But it did happen because of the way we're doing this. Ooh, our paint's starting to dry on the paintbrush already. That means we're gonna have to go rinse it. But let me get a little more of this. Okay, very nice. Okay, very, 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 very cool. Alright, now I'm starting to think I didn't leave enough black coming through on the mask. But that's okay. Okay, let's do this arm. And after this arm, we'll find our stopping point. There we go. Again, it does feel like our paint might be getting a little bit old, and the brush probably needs to be rinsed, but I think I can push through just well enough to finish this arm. Look how cool this looks. If your paint starts to feel chunky, that might be why. If your brush feels a little discombobulated, it might be that you do need to rinse it off, because the paint might be drying on the brush. I might do both shortly, because I feel like I might have a combination of the two happening. Oof. There we go. Before I accidentally get some right there in the little ridge where I did not want it. Okay. Wow. It's almost perfect. Get some more red here. Get some more red here. This off. Okay. Okay. Let's get a little more red right here. A little bit of red on the bottom. Let's get a little bit of red here on the hand. Uh-oh. Saw that extra pink glob right there. There we go. Okay, this very much looks like a potential stopping point. Ooh. You see where it's extra red here, but not extra red here. So, let's see what we think about that. Very, very different than our original one. The way I loved him. Definitely. Need to get some of those paint blemishes off. But you know what? Let me fix up this spider logo just a tad, so I can show it off. Get very little paint. And really focused on the raised parts. There we are. Wow, that looks pretty great actually. It's not finished, but it's definitely looking pretty great. Let's come back to this side. We'll spin this a couple times to get our exact desired outcome. Yes. Yes, that looks great. I probably need a third coat on the arms, because I have a third coat on the boots and on the head. So, I said I was going to get to a stopping point, but I'm like, do we need it? We might not. Let's put a little bit of red right here. And that's what we'll do. We'll come to a stopping point right now. And we'll look at it tomorrow and figure out if we want to put more red and if we want to turn the black blue. How's that sound? Okay. Okay, great. I actually think it looks awesome. And let me go wash my paint brushes. And give me a second, be right back.